The last of the Boston cherry blossom is lying dead on the ground. I'm 29 and I've taken a week off work. Not to wander around Mexico City and eat mango sprinkled with salt and chili with my husband. I've made sure he's not going to be home. He doesn't get to meet this version of me, because I'm cashing in my 5 measly annual sick days for a staycation. And it started 2 hours ago when I walked to 3 different shops within a mile radius of my flat to buy 3 pints of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, 3 sleeves of Oreo cookies, 6 bars of chocolate, a whole tray of sticky buns, and a family-sized bag of sharp cheddar ruffles with sour cream dip. I bring my haul back to my flat, and then like a robot, I put my phone on mute, walk into my bedroom, close the door, rip the seal on the sharp cheddar ruffles, and start stuffing them into my mouth until the roof starts bleeding. By 10 a.m., I'm slumped in my bed, pregnant with 10,000 calories of barely chewed food, straining against my black Lululemons. And in that moment, unlike every other waking moment of my life, my mind, thick with sugar, is quiet. There is nowhere I need to be. I'm not responsible for anything. I don't have to be the Iona that I need the world to see. Straight A student, all-American athlete, getting $30,000 raises without asking for them. I am nothing. And I wish I could say it was a one-off. I have found a way to feel nothing every single week of my life since the age of 11. My name's Iona. I'm the founder of Brave Thing. We don't need more strong women. And that might piss some of you off, and I don't care because I can go all day. Because there are too many strong women walking around in the world with great jobs, making good money, with families that they love, with a stone in their chest instead of a beating heart, wondering when the color and the hope and the joy drained out of their life. I was this woman for nearly 3 decades, highly functioning, invisibly struggling. At Brave Thing, I help you remember who the fuck you are. I define bravery as strong, but with your heart turned on. It is where your strength and your vulnerability collide. Tonight, I'm going to introduce you to the 3 women who inspire me every day at Brave Thing: Eevee, Quigs, and my daughter. You'll get to meet them all tonight. It's a couple days after yet another 10,000, and I'm getting a call from my brother Andrew in Scotland. And in his thick Scottish accent, he says, "Iona, you're going to be an aunt." And I just knew it was going to be a girl. And now I am swallowing wet sand because I'm seeing her bug eyes watching me stuffing cake into my face after I've turned it away at dinner, and I'm turning in the mirror and I'm sucking in my stomach, and then she's seeing me coming down, sweating until I am dead on the ground. She can't know this version of me. Brave is strong with your heart turned on. Eevee, my niece, 6 years ago, taught me that someone in your life needs a braver version of you to exist. Because I had a choice. I had a choice to stay strong, double down on what I was doing, hope that she wouldn't see, hope that somehow I would take a magical pill and somehow be different. That would have been a choice. Or I could turn 1 degree to the right and choose a different future. Eevee was my sliding door moment. Because if I couldn't do it for a woman like me, I could do it for a girl like her. Eevee taught me bravery of choice. Remember that one, you're gonna need it later, okay? My Gran Quigley, Quigs for short, died 5 years before her funeral. Her first death was when I noticed that her pristine tweed suits no longer matched. When her loafers turned shabby. When she stopped wearing her rose pink lipstick and ordering a cheeky wee sherry with her Sunday roast. She died the day she forgot how to crack eggs and left the biscuit tin empty. And my grandpa, also Quigs for short, would mumble and grumble and say, "Iona is a bad business." She died the day she poured me a cup of tea without boiling the water. And I went into the kitchen, finding her picking up ants. She died the day she lost the keys to the car that she drove so painfully slow we may as well have fucking walked. She died the day her abandoned sewing treasure chest grew dusty. The first Christmas, she was too weak to mash potatoes and forgot to put up her tree. And she died the day she looked at me as if she was about to tell me a secret, then stopped, then started, and then stopped. One summer, I went to visit her in the nursing home, and she's shuffling out of the bathroom, her underwear at her ankles. So I bend down and pull her stockings up to her tiny waist, and her bird bones are so thin. I'm scared my hug might crush her. We walk outside into the garden. We sit on a bench. I can smell urine in the hot sun. And her shoulders are slumped, too embarrassed to talk. So I just tuck her hand inside mine, that papery skin barely covering her pillowy purple veins. And we just sit there quietly for a really long time. Her last death was a whisper, quiet, no drama. But the day I got the call she was gone, my heart cracked like thunder. My Gran Quigley was not famous. She didn't have followers. Her name won't go down in the history books. She had nothing our society deems valuable. if you didn't have the privilege of walking through the gates at 54 Barshaw Drive, knocking on the door and stepping into a home with heart sewn into every surface the light touched, you would never know she was the bravest woman in the room. In Liz Gilbert's book, Big Magic, she says that the universe buries strange jewels deep inside of us all and stands back to see if we can find them. Quigs found every single one of those jewels, plus a couple of moonstones the universe left there by accident, and she held them all gently in her heart and let the gifts flow through her for almost 100 years before it was time to return them to their original owner. And when her soul peeled back from the edges of her body, burning bright until the last ember faltered, she died in the bravest way possible, empty. Brave is strong with your heart turned on. And I want to make one thing very clear right now, and this goes out to all the dull and boring men who, when they hear I'm from Scotland, I see their beady little eyes lighting up and they're like, ooh, I get to be culture today. So no, Mel Gibson is not my uncle. And no, I have no idea if he likes whiskey. I know I fucking don't. And no, his name is not the name that comes to mind when I think about a brave heart. It is on nights like this I hear my grand's voice when fear is pulling my shoulders up on invisible strings, and I can feel the breath climbing high in my chest. And that is when I pause, just long enough to hear her gentle voice as my own. It's okay, dear. No rush. Let your heart be known. Quigs taught me bravery of heart. I'm the one calling my brother Andrew this time. It's a couple of weeks ago. Eevee grabs the phone. It's classic 6-year-old, so I'm staring down the barrel of her left nostril, and I can only really see one half of her eye. And she's like, blah, 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 I was at school and Magnus said this, and blah, blah, and Barbie, Barbie, Barbie. And I let it all just run through. And then I say, guess what, Eevee? Iona's having a baby. And she scrunches her nose like a candy wrapper, and her eyes narrow. You didn't tell me you were doing that. I'm like, well, to be fair, I didn't tell many people I was doing it. I did clue in my husband. I know some people think that's optional, and also I'm going to leave this one to your parents. I say, Eevee, would you like it to be a boy or a girl? And suddenly her warm cheek is folding in on her shoulder, and she's shy all of a sudden. And then I like to think she took a leaf out of Quig's book and let her heart be known. What do you think she said? It's a girl. Brave is strong with your heart turned on. And there is no good time for an ambitious woman to have a baby. And I didn't need those 2 blue lines to confirm it. Because, you know, I had already been going on my walks, connecting with the soul of my unborn child, and I was already eating fucking massive sandwiches at 9 a.m. and I was covered head to toe, kid you not, in a full body rash, and I won't talk about it now, but if you want to take it offline, I'll let you know all about it. My midwife had never seen anything like it. And I am terrified that my daughter will be as strong as I was. And I have no control. So I am trusting that she is building an invisible bridge for both of us into the abyss. My daughter is teaching me bravery in change. So I would love to invite you to do a brave thing with me right now. So if you're comfortable, I would love you to stand. And everyone on Zoom, you can lean into this too. I can't see you, but, I can see some of you, but you can stand up too. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. We are going to take a deep breath up. Let your head hit a star. And then exhale deep into the muck of New York City. And again, breathe in, let your head hit a star. Exhale, breathe down into the dirt of New York City. Someone in your life needs a braver version of you to exist. You're going to take your right hand, push it out in front of you. Someone in your life needs you to make braver choices. Maybe it is a niece, maybe it is a friend, maybe it is a younger version of you. See them clearly and say it out loud. Bravery in choice. Bravery in choice. You're going to take your right hand, you'll place it on your heart. I can feel mine. Someone in your life needs you to have a braver heart. Maybe it is a gran, maybe it is a mentor, maybe it is someone looking down, maybe it is an older version of you. See them clearly. Say it out loud. Bravery in heart. Bravery in heart. And now you're going to take your left hand, place it on your belly. Someone in your life needs you to trust, brave change. See them clearly. And then say it with me. I am brave in change.
I am brave in change.
So we're going to breathe out to the heart that lives outside of your chest. We're going to breathe up to the heart that watches over you. We are going to breathe in to the heart that beats for something real. Open your eyes. Brave is strong with your heart turned on. So let it crack you open. Let it rip the seams. Let it break you in 3. And in the space left behind, feel the bravest version of you step forward. Someone in your life needs a braver version of you to exist. Maybe that's someone you know. Perhaps it's always been you.